Hello everybody, welcome back to the Daily Download. I'm Todd Grosson, sitting in for Doug Bernard. We begin today in Kabul, Afghanistan, where a British aid worker was gunned down by the Taliban Monday morning. Gail Williams, 34, was shot as she was walking to work by a gunman on a motorcycle. A Taliban spokesman says she was killed because she was spreading Christianity. Ms. Williams worked for the aid group SERVE, helping disabled people. The killing adds to a sense of insecurity in Kabul as the Taliban launches more and more attacks. Last week, some 50 passengers were pulled off a bus in southern Afghanistan and killed, 30 beheaded. The Taliban says the passengers were soldiers traveling in civilian clothes. In mid-August, the Taliban killed 3 women working for a U.S. aid group while they were driving south of Kabul. Now to Zimbabwe, where opposition leader Morgan Tsvangirai missed talks Monday in Swaziland on the crisis in his country. Why? Because his rival and negotiating partner, Robert Mugabe, refused to give him a passport.
We apologize to President Muswati, who is working for us. But the real apology should be coming from Robert Mugabe, who is imprisoning our president and who is imprisoning the people of Zimbabwe who want a solution yesterday.
The talks in Swaziland were meant to figure out how the 2 Zimbabwean leaders would divide up key cabinet posts. Mr. Tsvangirai and President Mugabe agreed to share power last month after a disputed presidential election earlier this year. Mr. Tsvangirai's Movement for Democratic Change says Mr. Mugabe wants to keep all the important ministerial positions for his ZANU-PF party. And you can get the latest on this story and all of the latest news from our homepage and website, www.voanews.com. Check it out. The news is not all bad today, some of it downright heart-rending. A puppy from Iraq is on his way to a new home in the United States. The dog's name is Ratchet. There he is, and he's being adopted by a woman in the U.S. Army after she and another soldier rescued the dog from a burning pile of trash. The U.S. military doesn't allow troops to care for pets during their time in Iraq, so Ratchet's $5,000 ride to America is being paid for by a private animal rescue group. Unfortunately, no translator was available to decipher just what Ratchet's home dogs in Iraq seem to think about the whole thing. Now, remember the old saying, you can't make chicken salad out of chicken, I can't remember, but it now appears you can make something quite useful out of chicken feathers. Yes, you take some chickens and you do this to it, and then you get those feathers and you mix them in here with this stuff, cement, and you put that concoction in these, and voila, you get this stuff.
If we could use this feather into a product, that would really help not only the poultry industry, but the construction industry as well.
Mr. Akta is still working on this, but he thinks eventually these feather boards will be in a lot of ceilings and walls. He says a whole industry can come out of this if construction companies aren't too, yes, chicken. That's it for today. Hope we haven't ruffled too many feathers. See you tomorrow.